the not yet president of the world, but definitely ISME president from Brazil, Liene Edgken.
I won't be long. Cari colleghi italiani, autorità locali, sono molto contenta di essere qui per aprire la conferenza dell'ISME a Bologna. Vi ringrazio molto per il caloroso benvenuto che avete riservato alla nostra società. Questo è quanto mi permette il mio italiano. Distinguished guests, ISME colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Every time I come to Italy, I have fond memories of the immigrant Italian city where I lived in some years ago in south of Brazil. Today I'm here to open the 28th ISME World Conference with a feeling of having had a very enriching personal and professional experience in the last 2 years, especially because it has been once more an opportunity to relate to the Italian culture. ISME worked intensively with the conference organizing group, with our official partner SEM, to stage one of our largest world conference in 50 years of ISME. We will have amongst us the top-of-mind practitioners, theorists, and researchers. The keynote speakers come from different backgrounds and social involvement with music and arts advocacy and practice. The performance groups will bring to us the cultural richness of what is produced in terms of music around the world. That is what makes ISME a unique society. The separation of the world in terms of economical wealth and political ideology has been shaping governments' priorities and multinational investments. It would be a fallacy to say that all regions, countries, and cultures have the same share of the world's decision in education. UNESCO and the World Bank educational reports offer an overview of the big divide between the world regions due to economical, social, and political problems. One of the greatest divides in worldwide education nowadays seems to be the new literacy paradigm created from the growing expansion of information and communication technology. School children in some parts of the world have access to modern technology tools, while others continue to learn in schools using paper and pencils. In some countries, one can see professionals discussing the tip of the iceberg of music education provision. That is, if they have the latest ICT equipment in schools, and why did the government allocate only 100 million of local currency to school music education? Plus, every time I go to a big music fair, I start to wonder how many people even heard of some of those technological developments. In recent years, we have witnessed a weakening of policies supporting music education around the world. In most developing countries, music is not seen as a subject that can help to form a working force capable to raise countries' economical profile. In the past, music seemed to be taught for its intrinsic values. Nowadays, in order to convince governments of the value of music education, we have to consider pragmatic or situated advocacy statements, such as music education to help societies to face problems of rising in youth violence, rising numbers of HIV/AIDS in some parts of the world, social and economical exclusion, street children and youth involvement with drug trafficking. Research projects have been carried out to come up with new findings on how children process music and how music education can contribute to the development of cognitive skills and creative capacities to prepare the new professional of the 21st century. We don't have the exact figures, but all we know is that too many school children in the world don't have access to music education. In most countries, it's not part of the official curriculum, but rather forming a small part of the arts education subject, or as a cross-disciplinary subject, acquiring sometimes a subservient role in relation to other subjects. Within this complex and multifaceted scenario, how can ISME make a difference? When I became president of ISME in 2006, I voiced the basis of my biennial plan, political and social outreach. This meant going out, meeting music educators from different parts of the world, search for national and regional society and partner organizations that had a similar mission as ISME. As a result, ISME managed to hold 4 regional conferences in 2007, organized by national or regional societies in Africa, Asia-Pacific, Europe, and Latin America. And we also had one planning seminar in the North American region. In all those regional gatherings, I felt that ISME was warmly welcome. I also witnessed a satisfaction of musicians and music educators in sharing with the world their music and pedagogical knowledge. There is a growing need to build bridges between different cultures and traditions, between the poor and the rich, and empower countries and communities to think their practice to be an important part of the local and global culture. But all of those issues are too complex to be dealt without cooperation and partnership with governments, supranational institutions, universities, schools, the third sector, and the industry.